Hello and welcome everyone, I am C.S.Gilmore and this is Darkest Dungeon. So, starting here because I started some things up.
Prying eyes had become a nuisance along the old road, and so I undertook to receive my most curious deliveries by way of marine shipments. A sheltered jetty was accessible by a narrow stone stair off the back of the manor, and a discreet system of pulleys could hoist even the heaviest prizes up the rock face from a securely tied dinghy below.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I started this quest going after the Sodding Crew, the second boss in the coves. And yeah, I went in and I was like, oh, I'll get provision first, and then I'll start recording. And then I pushed the start button and I went, wait, I forgot. This is a boss. They have an intro, not just a boring loading screen. Really interesting. So yeah, it looks like I'm going after an undead crew of, I don't know, they look rather piratey. And I don't know how this is going to go.
The poor devils, chained and drowning for eternity.
I've got a pretty good crew together here, and let's see, I'm not going to bother with either of the side areas, just because, you know, it would just be out of the way. I am going to use this, though. Oh, that's... looks like we're having a return of some of the visual issues. I don't know if that's due to the last update that recently came out, or something else. Because I haven't made any changes to the game itself. I did adjust my recording settings a bit. I'm trying to work out a way to get Portal done, and I still haven't found a way to make it work. Yeah, that's gonna be annoying. Oh well. But yeah, I still haven't found a way to get Portal to work right recording wise. It's just all super jumpy and everything. I tried turning up the frame rate, which is what the setting changes. I don't know, I changed a few things to try to, with the recording, to try and make it work right, and it's being difficult. Hopefully I'll find something that works eventually. I'm trying a few other things, like I'm trying some other recording software, seeing if that will work better than Expression Encoder. So far I'm not having any luck, but you know, I figured I should give it a shot. And it's, you know, coming along piece by piece. Alright, let's plague grenade those two. I really don't know what to expect with the Sodding Crew at all. As a result, I am coming as prepared as I can be, basically, for them to be in any position whatsoever. Oh good, I was afraid he's going to explode, like that one time. And that would have been unpleasant for my health, especially on a boss fight. So I'm killing him fast, just because I don't want that to be a problem. Hi little slug, snail, snail. Why do I keep calling it slug? It looks very sluggish, but then I guess so do snails, it just have shells. Try to stun this guy in the back here, how about? Perfect, and now he's not in the back. Hi! Welcome to the front, where everyone can hit you. Everyone. Well, that makes sense. The slug would be
Gently.
snail.
This is how a life is taken.
I don't know why I'm having trouble with this. Anyway, it's not really a surprise that it would be resistant to stunning. I mean, it's got a shell and definitely not the same brain structure as a general person would have. We're much more sensitive in that regard. I don't know if how the slug's system actually works. Snail! I'm sorry everyone. I don't know why I can't seem to get that. But yes. Oh good, I stunned the snail. Now to kill it.
Continue the onslaught.
On the bright side, they don't have many hit points. I mean, only 5 hit points. Ooh, another journal entry. This is nice because I was looking at it. I finally did note down what journal entries I already had. Nothing there, okay. But, I realized I have very few remaining. Pretty soon, I'm going to have all of them done. Ah, bother. The boss could be down either of these paths, so I'm going to guess for the right one. In the hopes that I get that one right, but I honestly don't know. Bandits? What are you guys doing here in this damp place of fish people? Are you trying to get turned into fish people yourself? Or are you hoping to find treasure amongst all these ruins and other nasty things that want to kill you? Let's see, I've upgraded this guy's abilities a bit, and now he actually does some decent blight damage with it. Like if it blights someone, it actually does 3 points, I believe. Yeah, 3 points for 3 rounds. So much better than it used to be. And yup. So nice to use stunning abilities and status effects when possible. Now hurt him, and that should kill him now with the blight he has, because he has a lot of blight. But he also is one of the ones who would end up going normally, so perfect. That played out very nicely for me. He's gonna be pretty badly hurt, but not dead. So I'm gonna have to work on that. Nice. Come on. Ah, almost killed him. That's the problem with surprise, though. Sometimes if they're a faster enemy, then they don't go right away because they've been surprised, but then they go in quick succession because they do their turn and then they go again. Hit him. He's the hardest one for everyone else to hit, really. Well, except for her, but for the people with the blight abilities. And disorienting blast on him, since he's going to be possibly living through his blight. Didn't work. Well, kill him. Awesome.
Give them no quarter.
The blight will kill him, I know that. It's just a matter of killing you.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Perfect. The battles are going very well, so that's a good start to everything. I do have to be careful though, because I don't have a healer on this quest, which is perhaps a bit of a lack of foresight on my part. But at the same time, I did bring a lot of food. And it's, I don't know, I'm having trouble with the amount of people who are good for a lot of things right now. Oh, I just realized she's, well, I'll have her disarm this first. Good. Why does she have such a horrible debuff? There we go. I'm getting rid of that one just because nasty. Alright. I'm getting a good bit of treasure on this one. Anyway, I think what I'm going to do is, once I collect all of the journal entries, I'll do an episode, speaking of which, I'll do an episode in which I read all of them in order together. That way it's, instead of having to piece the story together through all the episodes I've read them so far. You know, that sort of thing. I'll make it a little nicer on you guys that way, I hope. More enjoyable, at least. I don't want that much gold. I'm not using bandages. Okay. I'll probably regret that in the long run. Well, okay, maybe not. I really am not using any bandages.
Wealth beyond measure.
Seems here.
Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
A lot more food. That'll be useful just for health maintenance reasons.
The match is struck.
Now the question
A blazing star
is this
born.
the right direction? Will you tell me? You're gonna tell me, aren't you? Yes, you are. Ho ho! I chose right. What do you know? Well, in that case, I'm gonna camp here because That will give my characters
Huddled
all the
together,
chance they need
furtive
to
and
be
vulnerable.
fully
Rats
prepped.
in a maze.
This is a nice camp scene, by the way, with the crevice walls and everything. I should pay more attention to that, whether or not that changes from room to room with the background, y'all. Could remove a disease. Alright. I think this guy's the one who I want all the stuff from, but mostly. That. And give that to... who? Her. And... I'm gonna give that to her as well. That leaves 2 points. Huh? I think... oh, it's cell phone. Forgot about that. I'm not paying attention. Alright, well, I think that's everything I can do. Hopefully I won't have a nighttime attack, which is slowing me down. Like, I'm not even worried about stopping me. I'm just worried that it would slow down my
only the strength to follow it.
whole game, just because, time-wise, having to deal with it. So I'm glad I didn't. This episode's gonna be long enough without me. If I decide not to cut out anything, I'm trying to not cut out stuff as much, just because, you know, it changes the experience. Okay, everyone's at full health. Might as well buff a few people up. I think the Plague Doctor is going to be the most useless in this next battle because, as far as I know, I'm fighting skeletal undead.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted.
When world is
And
it?
purpose is made clear.
All hands on deck. Try to summon an enemy.
Even in death, the captain shouts his orders.
Yep, summon someone and
the
brought
crew
him forward.
obeys.
Drowned Polar. And what are you guys? Sodden Crew. 100 hit points. Actually, the resistance is... they're not bad, but they're not great. So maybe this guy will be of use, just because he's got a lot of blight ability. Perfectly set for hitting these guys. As for this, I'm going to have him transform because I want him to be able to deal damage, and he got pulled up to the front. It'll save me time if I don't pull him back. Stunning's not really worth it, so I'm going to have her do that. I'll move her back up to the front anyway. And so repositioning everyone kind of nicely. Blight them. I think that'll do me. They seem to be least resistant to blight, oddly enough. I guess it's because they're corpses, so oh bother, he can't do anything. Except for he can buff my group still, so I'll have him do that. Because by buffing everyone, he still is contributing to the survival of everyone. And it looks like it paid off. They get 2 turns per round. I think one is to do attack and then one is to summon. What the? Immobilized. Does that mean they don't get a turn? I think that's what it means. That's nasty. Well, she usually doesn't go first anyway, so I think I can free her in that time. Plague them some more. This is a very interesting opponent. I'm not suffering a lot of damage from it, though. Admittedly, he hasn't hit me, so if he hits me, maybe he'll do a lot more. Oh, she can do. She just can't move. Oh, and I switched out one of her abilities. She had the lead one or whatever it was. I don't know what it does entirely, but I gave her this Iron Swan ability so she could hit people in the very rear from the front. Let's give it a shot. It doesn't give her a debuff, which is kind of nice. But okay, if that just keeps her from moving around, I honestly don't care about that ability. The other ones are far more problematic to me. Might as well keep up with the rake ability. It has a building skill bonus to it, the plus 20% damage from skill rake, and that can stack, it looks like. I don't know for how long. But if I keep building it up, then it could do a lot towards knocking them down fast. Are they healing automatically? That's what it looked like. Buff guard ally, and it ups his protection, or I could do that. I could do this. I wonder, does this buff stack? I'm gonna check it. And it looks like it does. Okay, I'm gonna go. Well, if he's stuck back there where he can't do any attacks, I might as well keep him buffing everyone till they're practically impossible to hit. Well, okay, still not working entirely, but definitely, like, look, my dodge is up to 40 for him, so the chances of them hitting are way lower than they used to be. That's a very useful ability boost. Killed one annoyance. Even if it wasn't so much of an annoyance as just a thing that was there in the way. They're super blighted now, which is good. I'm gonna just try Yop on him, see what happens. Hey, it stunned him. Cool. Well, it's the stun thing only shows up over one of them, but hey, it works for the whole bunch of them apparently. I think that'll stop them from summoning. I don't know if that stops them from summoning another crew member or from attacking this turn, though, because they do have the 2 moves per round of everyone moving. Let's find out which one it was. Boarding clutch. Okay, so it stops them from the summon attack, it looks like. These guys are way less powerful than I was expecting them to be. Huh? Nope, they still did that. So that doesn't count as an action. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what to think anymore with this.
Quakes.
Either way, this guy's doing a ton of damage now with his rake skill. It's plus 60% damage. So I'll just keep this up. My pattern seems to be holding on a way that's just continuously hurting him. I think looks like 10 damage per round is the max, because they're not getting damaged anymore by it. And I might as well just have her attack, since it's more useful to have just dealing out the damage than to stun them, given the number of hits they have. And yeah, this ability only lasts so long, so there's only a maximum amount I can boost everyone, but it's a lot. So I might as well just do it. Nice. Not bad. This enemy does, like I say, this enemy's a lot more powerful than I was expecting them to be. I was really expecting to be having to suffer a lot more damage. Definitely a lot more something, at least. Like, usually an enemy focuses on something like either damage or stress. This one doesn't seem to do that. It doesn't do a ton of damage. Honestly, I'm not seeing a strong point on this guy. Excuse me. Except for to pull my people out of position by pulling them forward, and to essentially keep immobilizing a person, but it's only a single person they immobilize. And now he's suffering blight and bleed. That's good. Though the blight is wearing off now, it looks like. I'll have to get this guy moved back in order to just keep blighting him. And well, can't rake him, but I can do this. Boom. He's not gonna last long. The only reason he's alive this long is because this guy can't attack. So I don't know if there's any strategy I'd recommend for this guy, really. Like, apparently bringing one person who can do blight, worth it. I'll take that. I don't really care for that, but it's worth more than some of the other stuff, so there. And back to the hamlet. 2 more journal entries. while this loads, let me get my book so I can mark, so I can keep track of which ones I've got here. Go back to that. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 or 7 journal entries left. Okay, there was a few more missing than I thought, but that's still not many, and I just got 2 more. So let's see what we have here. Have to wait through the waiting screen. Loading, loading, loading.
An exquisite example of craftsmanship.
Ooh.
And futility.
He stayed up working for days, inspired by the rare quality of his materials and determined to do them justice with his own skill. Free upgrade, 1 armor. Awesome, I think I just had some characters go up in level too. Yeah, these guys just went up to level 3, so free armor is very nice. If I can, well, actually, do I have anyone who needs, who can, yeah, I can't really do that, so I can't upgrade him yet. So, is there anyone here who can get new armor? You can. There. Sweet. Okay, so I got that used. In the meantime, yeah, it's only a one-time thing, I believe. Anyone else who leveled up? Yeah, I think that's only a one-time thing. Everything else is in place. Yeah, nothing. Whoa, wait, 1 second. Malignant mutation. That looks very. Actually, that looks really uncomfortable, honestly. But okay, moving on.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
Okay, who am I missing here? Blood-soaked page number 5? That's a new one. The others are gone. They were victims of a malevolent transformation. Their scales had writhed to soft, vulnerable flesh, slowly suffocating without gills. The worst was their eyes, close set and forced to squint through fleshy slits. I shudder, recalling the horrific and unclean warmth of their blood as I rinsed my talons. I nearly retched. May death grant them soft mercy. Oh, that reveals a very dark twist to this. So the guy got bit by a fish person, turned into a fish person, killed his companions, and then returned to the ocean as a fish creature. Wait, I'm still missing number 1 of that. Okay, so I haven't quite gotten all of them. But either way, that one was very interesting. What's the next one I hear? I already got those. The Blackest of Fates, number 5. I think that's the last one in this series. I will return with Cuthbert's banner and Bullion's crossbow, so as to honor them with a proper burial. I will leave what is left of thrice-damned Mazer and his trinkets to the swinefolk. Perhaps they will build him the memorial he rightly deserves. Alrighty. Well, that's that for those. And that's that for this episode. I'll mark those off in my book in a minute. But first, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like, hit subscribe, leave a comment below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!